So a quick note before the video starts. Here's a quick little tutorial for those of you that don't actually know how to build an item elevator or a bubble vader. So basically, if you just have regular water up the top, it does not work. The soul sand does not produce bubbles to lift you up. But if you have every single block as a water source, then the elevator does shoot you up, and as you can see, I can't go down there. But if you don't want to place every single block with a bucket, what you can do is you can pour the water down from the top, and then you can just place kelp all the way along the side, and that makes all of the water into source blocks. And you just break all the kelp, try not to break this whole sand, and then it'll shoot you right up. So for those of you that don't know, that's a quick way on how you can do that. Now on to the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video. Today I will be showing you elevators. So here I have a couple of item elevator designs, mob elevator designs, and then a player elevator. So first off, item elevators. These are very important if you want to transport items upwards because hoppers can't really do that, and also it's just in general faster. So for anybody that is playing in 1.15 and below, this is the kind of design that you should use, and there's a design that you can use if you're playing in 1.16 and up. So here you have your dropper and facing into a water stream with a hopper pointing into it. This can be your input from your farm. Then of course you have a comparator facing out of it, repeater, block, 3 redstone, 2 redstone, and a repeater. Make sure that this is on subtract mode by right clicking it. That just makes sure it keeps running over and over again. And yeah, this is a fairly easy way to do it. But here's an easier way because of these target blocks. Basically, target blocks can redirect redstone dust, and they can transfer power through them, making it so it'll power the dropper. But yeah, same thing, but you just don't need the other side. Then of course you can have your hopper chain next to it. But this also shows 2 different designs. So this one is from the side, and this one can be down below. They can be swapped, they can be swapped. So like this dropper could be underneath with this design, and this one can be to the side with this design. But if you are going from underneath, make sure that you have blocks surrounding the soul sand. Otherwise, the item will shoot out to the side. But just in case that from the bottom is more convenient, you can also do that, and they do all work. So if I just grab some glass here, put it in the hopper, as you can see, it'll shoot out the top. I'll just take that out because that's annoying. But yeah, so also in case you want more compactness and don't really care about as much efficiency, you can cut out the repeater and just put a block here. So it's designed like this. It's the same thing with here, but you just put that there like this. And well, actually I'm not sure it'll work with this design, but otherwise it definitely works with this, where basically you then have the comparator, but you have to have at least 41 items in here at a time. So if I take 42 items, as you can see, it'll just subtract 1. So if you don't mind 41 items sitting in a dropper constantly, you can have this design as well. It's just a little bit more compact than the other one. So next is a item elevator if you have a water stream that leads up to a bubble vader. So this is a design that can be copied on all sides. So you could just have like ice and then your elevator like right next to it with a pressure plate on it. But in case you want to have all sides covered in water streams, so just using one elevator but with different farms coming into it, this is the design you'll want because items just shoot in and straight up to the top. And of course, yeah, having them on all 4 sides, it'll just guarantee that it goes in. Basically, you just have your water stream coming in, 2 slabs, a top slab and a bottom slab, level with the water there, then your elevator. And that's how you make a bunch of item elevators. Next is time for some mob elevators. So in the case you have like a creeper farm or whatever, this is the design you'd want to use. Here's like an example of what people normally do. It's pretty easy, you just need signs, but of course this is very inefficient because you have creepers that just stand in place and take up the mob cap, and that's not very good. So other creepers come along and push them in, which works for some people, but it's not really efficient because it lags your game, and it's just not very efficient because it also takes up the mob cap, which then ruins your farm's rates. So here is an elevator that has no problem with clogs. So creepers flow in, they go down into the elevator, straight up, and into lava, or however you want to kill them. So this design is a little bit more expensive, but honestly just signs isn't much of a change. These blocks can obviously be anything. But so a couple notes, this can be any length you want from transport from your farm or whatever. And then so once it gets to the end here, it has to drop down. You have to have 3 blocks here because otherwise the water is not tall enough over the wall to push them over. And of course the wall has a bigger hitbox, so it pushes them up, then straight into the elevator. And then to prevent them from getting their head stuck on blocks, all this has to be signs or fence gates, but signs are just cheaper. And yeah, so then they just get pushed up into the elevator and straight up. And then you can have a transport system off to the side. This can be any length again, same with this, and this can be any height. But also a quick note on getting water. So get some water. So when you are putting the water in, if you just have like your elevator coming up and you place this, it'll just stop there. So what you have to do is you have to block up the water elevator, place your water bucket, it'll flow over, then however long you have it, and then you just remove the block you place there and refill it with water. And yeah, so then the elevator can push the mobs all the way up and make sure that they get pushed off to the side. It is important that you have this water bucket here, otherwise it would not push them over to the side correctly. And that is an easy way for a mob elevator that's just slightly more expensive, but it works better. So yeah, make sure that you have your main thing, drops down a block, wall underneath, soul sand up a block, and yeah, that's how you build that. So now here's a little bit of a bonus elevator for in case you hate a bunch of sloped tracks everywhere and you want just a quick easy way to send a minecart straight up and over. This is for you. So basically you just have your input from wherever on your track, slides over, straight into the elevator, up, and then down. So of course this can be any height and whatever, then you make your track longer. But basically you have your track coming in, bottom slab, top slab here, sign or a fence gate or whatever, something to hold back the water. Signs of course are just easier. Soul sand, 1 block below, 2 blocks over, and yeah, this works. And then you have to have this water up here at the top to push the minecart over. You just put blocks around the side and place this, and of course we'll just stop here. And yeah, it just gives the minecart enough momentum to be pushed into this rail and over to the side. And this does work with chest minecarts as well, in case you have a system with like that. So you just do that and it sends that up. But it does not work with just empty minecarts because they are not heavy enough. So a way you can get around that is by having a powered rail right next to the elevator, in case you do want empty minecarts to travel through something like this. Just do that and it gives it enough speed to continue on. So yeah, that is all that I have for you today on elevators. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.